Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for attending our presentation today. We are the Beta Mu chapter at Georgia State. Please allow me to introduce myself. I am Darius Dunn. These are my colleagues Josh Jones, Ashley Wilkins, and Michelle Cameron. So today we're going to be speaking about chapter succession. So what is succession? Succession is defined as a number of people or things sharing a specified characteristic and following one after the other. So why is succession important? Succession planning is one of the most important activities that any organization can undertake. If done properly, it ensures that the organization has continuity and is able to continue to function. It also produces a pipeline of qualified and talented people to fulfill leadership positions as they become available, and it facilitates a smooth transition of power. So what happens when you don't have a proper succession plan in place? Often there is a source of confusion. There's unclear organizational direction. Members are not sure who to follow or what to do. This can result in the organization being vulnerable to dysfunction, and ultimately this can lead to a lack of confidence by members, which hurts the organization's ability to fulfill its mission. So how do we perform succession planning at Georgia State? We use the 3 C's of Beta Mu: commitment, consistency, and control. And with that, I will turn it over to Josh to speak to you more about commitment.
So my name is Josh Jones, and I'd like to talk to you about the first C of chapter succession, is commitment. Our definition of commitment is a pledge, a promise, or an obligation. So in this instance, our pledge is to add as much value to our chapter as possible for our members and candidates. Beta Mu recognizes that commitment is a very essential element in reaching our main goal, which is superior status. But what does superior status really mean? To Beta Mu, superior status means a lot more than just logging as many community service hours as you possibly can or hosting as many professional events as you can. To Beta Mu, superior status means maximizing opportunities for our members and candidates. It means introducing students into the business world. It means helping members and candidates develop their networking skills. And it means being proactive in reinvesting in our communities. So all of this really couldn't be possible. All of this is really made possible through the events that we host throughout the semester. In memory of the tragedy of 9/11, we are hosting a full day of community service on September 11th. And also starting this year, we're hosting an accounting employer showcase boot camp that is designed with the intent of helping our members and candidates get the internships that they want. So all of this is really accomplished through the strong leadership that we have in our organization. Without strong leadership, our organization really couldn't run as efficiently as we wanted to. So that's why our #1 priority is identifying leaders early on. This means looking for people who are dependable, who are punctual, who take initiative whenever they see a need that needs to be fulfilled. And arguably, above all else, it means looking for people who offer creative ideas and who really just strive to bring improvement to our organization. So with that, I would like to turn it over to Ashley Wilkins, who will talk to you about the second C of chapter succession, consistency.
Thanks, Josh. The second C stands for consistency, and consistency is defined as a steadfast adherence to the same principles, course, or goal. Our chapter believes that consistency is an important part of sustaining an organization. And our main goal with regard to consistency is to project a clear, consistent organizational brand and culture at all times. One of the ways we have accomplished this goal is by ensuring that all members of our leadership team share the same organizational values of hard work and dedication. As Josh spoke about a moment ago, we try to identify leaders as early as possible. As both candidates and members complete the membership requirements, we get to see firsthand which individuals are truly dedicated to the organization and are deserving of a position of more responsibility. Furthermore, we try to have leaders progress through the ranks of leadership, first as a committee chair, then as a vice president, then as an executive vice president, and ultimately the presidential position. We do this to ensure that no one individual is given more responsibility than they are ready for. Another way that we maintain consistency is through the centralization of both our internal and external communications. All external communications to supporting firms are initiated through our VP of Operations, and all internal announcements are filtered through our VP of Communications and passed along to our membership as updates to our website. If members prefer a more direct form of communication, they may subscribe to our website's news feed and receive personal emails with updates related to the site. This centralization cuts down on costs of miscommunication and saves the organization time in the long run. Lastly, in order to ensure consistency at all levels of our organization, we have to maintain proper supervision of both our members and our leaders, and we must hold individuals accountable for their respective duties. Our organizational structure lends itself to the accomplishment of this goal. If you direct your attention to the screen above, you'll see that our committee members, which consist primarily of organizational candidates, report directly to their respective committee chairs. The committee chairs report to the VPs report to the executive vice president, the executive vice president reports to the president, and the president ultimately is accountable to our faculty advisors. By maintaining the effectiveness of this chain of command, we ensure proper control of our organization is preserved. And now Michelle will tell you a little bit about how we preserve that control.
Thank you, Ashley. Control is a means of limiting or regulating something. Our leadership team is critical in regulating the current success of our chapter. However, this impact extends beyond their time that they dedicate to our chapter. They can set us up to thrive for many semesters, or they can set us up to fail. Beta Mu has overcome the latter to achieve the former. This has been done through successful communication, a good budget, and leadership formation. Our communication is separated into 3 areas. We have operations, a communications, and a reporting team. The operations are, they keep the contact between professionals and members. This is important because without the professionals, we wouldn't have a chapter and we wouldn't be here today. The operation team, or the communications team, helps the operation team by keeping members informed, by updating our website so they know of events that are going on. So they know what's going on, and they can be sure to attend all the important events. Our reporting team is very important. They are the logistics of our chapter. They help us to know what was done in the past, what worked and what didn't work, and what we can do to improve for the future. Now on to the treasurer. Well, the communications department is the blood flow of our chapter. The treasurer is the oxygen. They really help us to set a budget so we are able to financially achieve what we want to achieve, like investing in national conferences and regional. One way we did this year is we cut down our food budget at meetings. It sounds like a simple thing, but talking to firms, they didn't want to see a bunch of students with food in their mouth talking to them, and it was a great expense for us. So we cut that down, and now we have turned profit. So it's actually been nice, and then we can send more people to nationals. And then we have our committee chairs. They're like the heart of our organization for chapter sustainability. They help take more ideas and put it into practice, whereas the president can then just oversee the vice presidents, and the vice presidents, as you saw before, will then have committee chairs. The committee chairs really help our chapter thrive and to achieve everything that we can. So through our committee chairs, our treasury department, and the communications of our chapter, the control is achieved to maintain a successful chapter.
So proper succession planning, again, is one of the most critical activities that any organization can undertake. And we at Beta Mu do this through the 3 C's: commitment, consistency, and control. Commitment by reaching and maintaining superior status and identifying potential leaders early. Consistency by spreading the cultural beliefs of our organization and centralizing our communication structure. And control by using communications through teams. So with that, we will open it up to questions.